Well, here's some advice. If you don't succeed, just keep on going. Just never stop running. Well, when I was younger, I almost dropped out of college, right? College really wasn't a thing for me, but it was something my parents really pushed on me to do. But what I really found is if I just kept consistent in things and learned as I grow, you get stuff done. Now, we got, all kinds of people. We have healthy people, we have unfit people. We have people that are lost and and just basic health and diet. And for those people who want to get healthy, I would just basically say do the same thing what you do in any parts of life. You be consistent. You work on eating right and you work on exercising right. Now, for overweight people, I would suggest getting on the bicycle and just simply changing your diet because you're gonna have a lot more success than just starting off really easy without burning out, but also just changing to a high carb, most likely fruit based lifestyle. Now, I went from in college to being, just an average Joe, an average kid, to succeeding in running to a professional running career after. And, well, from a lot of my other friends, from other people I know, they wouldn't be consistent. They wouldn't run every day or twice a day. And if you don't run every day, twice a day, you're not going to, well, I would say at least every day and stay consistent, you're not going to succeed. We have a lot of people who come up to me and say, well, you just have special genetics. And I don't want to freaking tell them that I don't because when I was younger, I sucked at running. I had no endurance and I was just an average kid. But I said to myself one day, I'm going to be good at something I'm bad at. It would just clicked in my mind. It's like, I'm not a good runner. I'm not a good cyclist. I'm not aerobically fit, but something just said to me is like, this is what you have to do because you got to prove a point. If you're not proving a point in life, I don't know what you're doing. If you're not staying consistent in life, I don't know what you're doing. So I got a lot of people come and ask me, well, you're just really fast because you have genetic advantages. I'm like, no. You ever see any Kenyans that don't run? They're not fast. They're not fast if they don't train. They train like crazy over there, and I know a couple. I have a lot of friends that are Kenyan, and when you train hard, you get the success you need. So we have a lot of little space cadets out there saying, "Oh, I can't do that. That's too hard." It's like get on your freaking bike and start pedaling. Keep pedaling. Get a pair of running shoes and start running. Heck, you don't even need freaking running shoes. Just start running on the beach barefoot. That's how I started. So if you're going to come into the world doing something that maybe a lot of people won't like, a lot of people in the first place, they don't even like themselves. They don't like the things they do. So why are you going to expect likes from everyone else from the things that you do or the goals you want to accomplish? Because you're not. Because I get criticized for basically the basic things I've done in college and with athletics. I was the guy who ran 180 miles a week, and everybody criticized me for, or most people, not everybody, but I said, if I could do it, you could do it too. Because trust me, I didn't run a 6 minute mile when I was a kid. I couldn't run a mile. I couldn't even run a mile. But then we have everyone else, all these little spaces saying, oh, you got genetics. It's actually, I find it kind of rude. You tell me that I have better genetics than most people because, well, first thing, when I was younger, my right leg was always slightly offside. It was crooked, and I thought I was doomed that way until I started lifting weights and understanding that my hips were weak and certain muscles and tendons were weak. I've also had flat feet. To fix flat feet, well, I did some barefoot lunges. I did some barefoot running. I strengthened those feet. And you know what? You build your body. You may start as a wimp, but you can build your body. I said there's 5 things to success over here. You know, you let's start with your thumb. It's base training. You build an incredible amount of miles. Just then your middle finger, you point your direction where you want to go in life. That's your second finger. That's why it's a pointer finger. So you start being consistent in your training, and then you point where you want to go. Well, I wanted to be a freaking professional runner. Third is the cursor finger, right? You say, screw this. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And if anyone else gets in the way, so be it. I don't care if you like what I do. I don't care if I like what you do. It's just this is where you fuck shit up. You get things down. That's my quote. It's the most action. This is what you do. It's the most aggressive finger, so that's what you do. This finger is a ring finger. Well, that stands for commitment, like when you put a ring on it when you get married, right? So you have a commitment to your sport. So you got the base, you point your direction, you fuck shit up, and you got your commitment to the sport you're doing. And now once you're committed, you have your last finger. And this is me. The last finger. It's the smallest finger. It's the wimp B finger. When I was a kid, I was a wimp, right? So this stands for, it's the last finger that clamps onto the glass, but it means so much for me because when I was a kid, I didn't have endurance, I didn't have any strength, but this is a little finger that could, because eventually it actually meant something because it's in the end I succeeded in what I wanted to do and become a professional runner. And now I'm on the low end of that. Now I have to succeed in more in professionally runner. So if you're a weak kid, if you have nothing, you don't have much endurance, that's your pinky finger. And this pinky finger could stand for so much more because it has the power to inspire people. When you have the, the smallest and weakest kid become the strongest and fastest kid out of the group, he becomes an inspiration for everyone else. So never stop running, always inspiring. El Coyote Loco.